How is everybody doing? This is Flash Gordon, the original soundtrack music, released by Queen in 1980. Movie was a pretty successful movie at the time. I would kind of call it a kind of a space parody. It's just actually quite funny, more than serious. It's got some good actors in there too. Brian Blessed as the Hawkman. Sam Jones plays Flash. And Max von Sydow plays King Ming, and he's actually quite evil looking. But a lot of people have kind of said over the years that Flash Gordon is probably the worst album in the Queen catalogue. It's not something I would take seriously. It's a film soundtrack. It's got orchestrations in there, along with some music by the group, and some experimental stuff as well. But it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's a music soundtrack. And what they've done is they've put dialogue in there from the movie. So it kind of works as a short story. So yeah, I'd say in that regard, it's actually something that you kind of have to have in your Queen collection. I love the cover as well. The graphics look fantastic, you know. It's certainly not a Queen album that you'd be listening to every day of the week. There probably is people out there that would do that, but other than that, it's about 35 minutes long. It was recorded during sessions for the game, and the band were under an awful lot of pressure to finish this as well. So yeah, it's quite good. You know, I will give it merit. The fact that there's some nice moments on there that you wouldn't expect Queen to do. This is the 2015 180 gram heavyweight half speed master. This is one side of the inner sleeve. Looks really cool. This is the band around 1980. Freddie's got his Flash t-shirt. Yeah, really cool. This is the other side with the lyrics, Flash and the hero, and the track listing. Produced by Mac for Queen Productions. The orchestrations were arranged by Howard Blake, conducted by him too. Brian May had a lot to do with this album. You know, he's co-produced it with Mac. Yeah, so he was kind of the powerhouse behind getting it done. Again, this final album has been meticulously restored using the finest technology from the original production masters. Mastered by Bob Ludwig at Gateway. So the label here is very, very nice. I love the artwork. I did notice on the CD editions of this, they have put a kind of a blackout for the center of the globe or whatever, the planet, whatever it's meant to be, which looks absolutely atrocious. I can't understand why they just hadn't, you know, used better artwork. It just looks like it's missing something. So it starts off with some dialogue. Like this, I'm bored. That's King Ming getting bored, and then he's offered to the Earth. Flash's theme comes on. That was a big hit. It's on Queen's Greatest Hits, and the dialogue in it is great. It's very kind of camp and stuff like that. Princess Karloff and all that stuff. The villains always had Russian accents as well, which I kind of find funny. In a space capsule, this kind of chorus guitar. Sounds a little bit like Andy Summers from The Police, I will say that. Ming's theme, this kind of menacing synthesizer music. The Ring, it's kind of done on a keyboard. It sounds very high pitched, almost like a theremin. Then you got Football Fight. That's a synth driven rocker. Yeah, pretty cool. I think it was used on TV for documentaries a good bit back then. In the Death Cell. And kind of atmospheric stuff, the Love Team. Then you have Executioner Flash. I really like that piece. It's quite short, but it's written by John Deacon, and it has kind of chorus sounding Telecaster. I know John Deacon had a black Telecaster back in the early 80s. I'm just kind of thinking if it was that guitar, it would be cool with the black telly with the gold hardware on it. I've seen photographs of it. Maybe it's not that guitar, it could be any guitar, it might be a Strat even, but I like the idea of it, that Deaky has a Telecaster. It's pretty cool. And then we've got the Kiss and this Aura Resurrects Flash. So that's side 1. Slips by quite quickly. So flipping to side 2, we've got Arborea, Planet of the Three Men. There's some dialogue here by Timothy Dalton, the actor. And then you've got Escape from the Swamp. That's got timpani drums. Sounds like a Roger Taylor drum solo from the concerts around that time. Flash to the Rescue. Now Brian May's kind of coming back into the fore here with some heavy guitars. And now we have Vultan's theme, Attack of the Hawkmen. That's great as well. And then the battle theme. You get some big Brian May guitar here. It's almost like, yeah, it's actually quite frightening. And then you've got the Wedding March. Brian May plays that, which is cool. Marriage of Dale and Ming and Flash approaching. So now the tension is building up. And then we have got Crash Dive on Mongo City. And the guitar there is just massive, you know. Clunk, 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 clunk. Brian May sounds like the biggest guitarist in the world. He's the King Kong of guitar players. Crash Dive. And then we have Flash's theme reprise, Victory Celebrations. And then, of course, the Hero. Hero was played on the tours that followed as well until around 1982. Yeah, so there you go. And also the actual Flash single itself. I don't think it really worked well live. Flash itself, it was always quite short in concert. So that is Flash Gordon, the original soundtrack. Again, it's a kind of a novelty album from the band, but if you've never heard it, maybe go buy it. There's loads of used copies on CD around the place. It's not even that expensive, but certainly worth investigation just for the novelty value. And if you're a hardcore fan, you'll probably have bought it just to complete the collection. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and take care.